What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the European Volleyball YouTube channel. I am Rob St. Clair, co-host of the European Volleyball Show, which we air live on this YouTube channel every Friday at 5 p.m. Central European Time or 11 a.m. North American Eastern Time. And this is the second of two videos where we are checking out the golden sets that happened in the quarterfinals of the CEV Champions League last week. So we already caught Perugia beating Modena in a golden set, a whopping 15-5, which was amazing. And now we're going to take a look at the much more exciting and competitive one, Lube Civitanova versus Zaksa Kędzierzyn-Koźle. So a lot to get to here, but to set it up really quickly, in the first match of this home and away two-match series, Zaksa went to Lube on the road and beat the defending champions 3-1. It was convincing. It was high level. It was really fun to watch. And by doing so, Zaksa, their situation coming into this match, the second leg, was all they needed to do was win 2 sets. However, Lube Civitanova, showing their phenomenal top-to-bottom talent and championship pedigree, comes back in on the road and beats Zaksa 3-0. 3-0. However, they were incredibly close. It was, I think, 25-22, 26-24, 26-24. So really, really competitive. But of course, Zaksa, having won the first match with a full 3 ranking points, the worst they could do in this one was go to a golden set. So the golden set, a 15-point do-or-die tiebreaker. Must win by 2 still, obviously, but just so short, such a slim margin of error to decide who advances to the semifinals and who goes home. Both these teams definitely championship contenders. We knew that this matchup in the quarterfinals was going to be crazy, and it was. Let's get into it. So the first thing I was really interested in about this golden set was the coaching decision on what rotations the teams were going to start in. And even though I think that was Lukas Kaczmarek, who misses the serve that time. He had served really well in this match up to this point. And the matchups that creates, servers versus certain receiving rotations or blockers versus certain hitters, is a huge deal for how this set's going to play out. So this is DeCecco, passed a little bit off the net by Śliwka. Kaczmarek dug in the cross court. Nice diving play by DeCecco. Brilliant bump set by Balasso and put away deep cross court by Osmani Terreno, of course. Number 5 in red, the captain, the heart and soul of this Lube Civitanova team, and a good start for the defending champs. And you see here, the first of many times you're going to see this, Benjamin Toniutti, the Zaksa setter, who is so incredible and so important to them, but very undersized, does not block a lot of the time in out-of-system situations for Zaksa. He'll pull off the net and let the other 2 guys take the blocking duties for the whole net. That run was ridiculous. Wow, let's see this again. This is Alexander Śliwka, number 11 in white for Zaksa. This Zaksa team runs that quick Bic pipe attack maybe faster than any other team I've ever seen. And the left-handed outside hitter, Śliwka, just so fast and amazing range on that one. That's Kamil Semeniuk, who's continuing to be a baller in this 2-match series. He was MVP of the first leg, but he serves that ball out of bounds that time. So it's all about the hitting and blocking matchups is really what was the storyline to me this whole time. Both teams with slight weaknesses at the blocking position with their setters, especially Toniutti with Zaksa. Okay, good dig out of the middle, but another chance here. Oh man, the Bic again from Zaksa. That time it's Semeniuk, and again the speed of this set. Look at Simone. He actually doesn't bite on the middle, but he's just a little bit too late to react as the blocker to the speed of that Bic attack from Semeniuk. And so this is Reno, number 4 in white, a backup middle blocker for Zaksa. He replaced David Smith earlier in the match. Wow, ace serve. Look at that. Getting excited about it. I love it. He's got this kind of hybrid serve action going on, something that we see from the likes of Mateusz Biniak, as well as some other players who kind of toss that thing with 2 hands, but then go up and hit it like a topspin serve. It's very unpredictable and comes with a lot of weird spin and pace, and Johan de Leal not ready for it that time. Big point on serve there for Zaksa to level this thing up, even at 3 apiece. As Leal puts that one off the top of the block. Oh man, I almost forgot about Kamil Rychlicki's hair. The cornrow braids and the Jordan headband. What a look. So this is the guy, Robert Landy Simon, by far Lube's scariest server. This is the guy that Zaksa is the most afraid of, and right on cue, Śliwka has to run this down by the bench, and Kaczmarek sends over a free ball. The check to Leal again. What a dig! What? Unbelievable. Pavel Zatorsky with an all-time one-handed stab. What was that? Wow, and then sent over on the second contact by Śliwka. I think Lube kind of complaining about a potential carry there. Let's watch this dig again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look how casually Zatorsky just sticks that arm out there. I didn't think that send over by Śliwka was that bad. Ooh, okay, that time Rychlicki off the top of the block, and Semeniuk barely unable to make the diving play defensively. Let's see where he was lined up, if we can see where this ball went. Okay, he came to the inside because there was only one blocker up and wasn't quite in the right spot to get that deflection. Nice touch by Śliwka. But that defensive play by Zatorsky that we just saw is exactly why Zaksa is so good. They make these defensive plays, and then in out-of-system offensive situations, they're able to either turn them into points or turn them into recycles or a reuse, whatever. They swipe it into the block and get it back on their side, whatever. That time, a good swing by Kaczmarek on the left side. That's what Zaksa is so good at, and the biggest reason why they won that first match against Lube in the first leg is because out-of-system against the big, scary block of Lube Civitanova, their pin hitters, Semeniuk, Śliwka, and Kaczmarek, made all the right choices. Now 5-5, this already really competitive in a set only to 15. So rotation 4 receive here for Lube with Rychlicki hitting out of the D-ball spot in position 1. Not a good pass that time by Anzani. Thrown into the block by Leal, but recycled. Leal again. One-handed stab by Semeniuk. This is exactly what I'm talking about. What's he got here? Did he get the touch down the line? Yes, he did. That is exactly the brand of volleyball that Zaksa plays. Hang in there, good block touches, defense, that one-handed stab by... That time a perfect thumb-up crossbody line shot off the outside hand of Luciano DeCecco. Excellent vision by number 13 in white, Semeniuk, who's really making a name for himself this season. Zaksa takes their first lead. It's 6-5. Going after Anzani again. I like that. Rychlicki out of the back row. Touched. Rychlicki wants it as in, and I think the official's going to take just an official's challenge, not going to charge a challenge to either team. I thought that was both touched and in real time, but we'll see. Looks like a pretty quick review. Oh yeah, clearly in, right on the end line. It's a good swing that time by Kamil Rychlicki. Look at the hair. Man, I can't get over it. Yohandy Leal having maybe the best season of his career. But another thing we haven't talked about yet is after that loss to Zaksa last week for Lube, they fired their coach. They fired Coach DeGiorgi. What a block there. Simone Anzani shutting the door on Kaczmarek. But maybe a little bit of drama going on behind the scenes for Lube Civitanova. Like I said, the reigning champions of this event in 2019. My pick to win this entire tournament. But they fire their coach towards the end of a season in the middle of Champions League, right before the Italian League playoffs. They bring in John Lorenzo Blangini. But there's just a little bit of weird action going on behind the scenes there in Lube. Oh, what a shot that time by Semeniuk. Look at the angle. Perfect pass from Zatorsky again. A little off the net. Wow, brilliant shoulder work that time. Semeniuk showing all the range. You saw him score down the line earlier. That time really working that shoulder inside to out. Now Jakub Kokanovski, who, let me tell you, did not serve well in the match leading up to this. Right on cue, sprayed it right out of bounds. Used to be one of the more dangerous middle blocker servers in the world until he's kind of slowed down in that area this season. So at the side change, it's 8-7 Lube, absolutely anybody's game. But again, in a set only to 15, the margin's so slim, every point on serve, that much more amplified. Obviously, you must win by 2. But this is where a team like Zaksa, who prides themselves on getting good block touches, getting transition digs, and making smart out-of-system offensive choices, this is a situation where they totally thrive. And even though they lost the match leading up to this, 3-0 at home, they're still very much in this thing. This is exactly the quarterfinal matchup that we hoped it would be. So Anzani here, who's doing some good things in the blocking game. See what he does serving-wise, because he's got a variety of levels of aggressiveness he can go for. Reno, can Leal run this down? Yes, he can. Juan Torrena right on the net, tipped into the block, covered by Simone. Zaksa complaining about a call. This will be Kaczmarek way out of system. What a shot down the line, wrist away. That was awesome. Really good choice by number 2 in white, especially going down the line here against a triple block. As you see, the block touch by Simone and the nice hustle play by Leal defensively. But the shot by Kaczmarek, that much smarter, because he knows that there's no libero on the floor for Lube. One of those 2 rotations where the middle blocker has to serve and often plays left back defense. Kaczmarek identifying that as a weakness and using that shot. Really smart. Juan Torrena, deep cross-court corner, and that is pretty much unstoppable right there. High, hard, and deep into the farthest corner of the court. Yeah, Śliwka and Zatorski, nothing they can do about that one. So Lube clinging to a 1-point lead here. But in order to win this golden set, they've got to find a point on serve somewhere to win by 2. This is a good rotation here for Lube with the Checo back serving. Nice high swing, but a good block touch sets up a chance here for Juan Torrena in transition. Dug by Śliwka. Really good positioning. Tipped by Semeniuk, but covered off the block. Reno off the block and out of bounds. Nice set choice that time by Tony Udi in transition. And again, Kamil Semeniuk tipping that ball into the block intentionally so that it is able to be covered on his side. Call that kind of a recycle or a reset or several phrases to describe that play, but just a really smart offensive option by high-level pin hitters, not being afraid of the block, but rather using it to their advantage. See if Semeniuk brings the heat here. 9-9. He does. That ball barely kept alive, sent over as a free ball. Śliwka through the block of Juan Torrena, barely kept alive. Reno into the block is covered. Śliwka high off the hands. Huge play here. Lube's got to have this on the free ball. Simone right on the sideline. Wow, good rally there. Probably the best of the set so far. Kaczmarek looking maybe for a challenge. We'll see if Coach Nikola Gerbic goes for one. Looks like he will, or at the very least call a timeout. Okay, it's just going to be a timeout. So coaches at this point, 10-9, and a point that Zaksa there had a chance at with a couple pretty good looks in transition offense. When you miss an opportunity like that, it can do just enough to momentum to trigger a timeout in a set that's this close, and a set that is only to 15 points. So smart coaching here by Gerbic to call this timeout and not let the momentum get any more out of hand. Okay, you can hear Gerbic, first of all, coaching in English in this timeout, which is really interesting. Gerbic, of course, Serbia and a Polish club team. I guess English is the common language. So he's saying, understanding Zaksa's strengths and how they handle out-of-system offensive situations against big blocks. He's saying, when in doubt, when you are setting, either Tony Udi or anybody else, when you are setting, try to get the ball closer to the net. Try and set that ball tighter to the net so the pin hitters can make those choices. Reset it, get better looks, or wipe off the block and score points right away. That's smart coaching and a point that we'll see if Zaksa takes that advice here. Right on cue. Alexander Śliwka, so smart, so cagey, that left-handed left-side attacker. Not all that common in the game of volleyball, of course, having to let that ball cross all the way across his body, but nice and high off the block of Rich Licky that time and safely out of bounds. So tied up at 10. Reno, another good serve. Picked up on the tip by Leal. Another out-of-system look. This time Śliwka! Down the line, no touch called. And Śliwka saying to his sideline, no, they didn't touch it, don't challenge it. Let's see. Oh, I'm not sure. Wow. Oh, that's a touch. Wow, right off the pinky finger of Rychlicki. But Śliwka didn't see it in real time, told Grbić not to challenge. No challenge. That easily could have and maybe should have been a Zaksa point. That's a huge play. Śliwka, again, that time restores some order. Threw the block to the deep cross-court corner. But wow, what... That set, this entire set changed completely on that last play. Nice repeat set by Tony Udi going right back to him. But that ball on the replay was clearly touched by Kamil Rychlicki on its way out of bounds. Let's see here. Good service rotation now for Zaksa, but Anzani crossbody in the middle. That first tempo offense is unstoppable. Look at the spacing. Man, one of my favorite things about watching Luciano DeCecco play and the way he sets his offense is the different looks and spacing that he generates with his middles. Especially Simone, but Anzani too, a very, very dangerous attacker. So many different looks that confuse the blockers just enough to beat him with speed. Good serve by Rychlicki, barely kept alive by Tony Udi. This will be a free ball. Lube's gotta have this. It could go up 2 here. No, not taken advantage of. Tipped by Leal. What a shot by Kaczmarek. You got to be kidding me. Look at that range. That's an opposite, hitting on the left side in position 4. Not a spot that the average opposite is comfortable in. I do think that Kaczmarek spent some time as an outside hitter in his younger career. I'm not sure, but look at his transition play. Comes in and makes the off-blocker defensive play. And then that sharp 4-to-4 range. That is an amazing world-class shot. And a timeout by Lube, another good timeout by Coach Blengini. I think that free ball opportunity that Yohandy Leal ended up tipping cross-court to the off-blocker was a huge missed opportunity. They could have gone up by 2. As it is, it's 12-12. Man, like we're talking about, the margin of error, the 2-point swings, every tiny little detail that it comes down to in a golden set that decides who advances and who goes home. This is what it's all about. This is the drama that the golden set creates, and this is what we are so much looking forward to with the way that those first legs of the quarterfinals set up last week with the second matchups coming up. Oh man, this is so much fun to watch. Like, both teams could easily win this tournament. Lube won this tournament when it was last finished 2 years ago. But one of them's going to go home and not even get on the podium here. Śliwka keeping the ball in play out of the timeout. Leal. Did he get the touch? Yes, he did. Okay, good timeout that time by Blengini to talk about his team's options inside out, and a good delivery that time by DeCecco to the outside. And now a blocking substitution, number 2 in red, Yuri Kovar. Going to come in for DeCecco. So no recognized setter on court for Lube if they get the ball back in transition. This is just some size into the front row to improve Lube's blocking in this rotation only. Perfect pass. Kaczmarek, sharp cross court. Kovar keeps it alive. Oh, but Juan Terena a little bit too far outside to send that ball back inside the antenna. It's a missed opportunity. A nice play by Kovar off the bench. Yeah, nice reaction. But that bump set by Anzani, a little bit out of control, too far outside the court that time. Ooh, that play could change the game too. Really, all of these could. Okay, now Kokonowski, I talked about earlier, as DeCecco comes back in to set for Lube, has not served well so far this match. Ace serve! No way! Fabio Bolasso just got eaten alive by Jakub Kokonowski that time. What happened there? Wow, that is not a difficult serve at this level. Bolasso cannot make that mistake. That's got to be a Lube timeout, and I believe it is. Yeah, Blengini just beside himself. That is a huge mistake. A libero at this level with a ball not far off of his platform or outside of his midline. I couldn't tell you guys what it was about that serve that got the better of Bolasso, but that is a crucial mistake. And now 14-13, Zaksa with golden set point here after all that's happened. So Kokonowski serving again. The rotation is rotation 5. So DeCecco in the front court, along with Anzani and Juantorena. And Lube going to bring in Andrea Marchisio, a backup libero, to replace Yoandi Leal here to provide some more service reception. Oh, and a good timeout triggers a service error. So Kokonowski couldn't catch lightning in a bottle a second time as he screams to himself back to the sideline. So Marchisio is going to stay in. He'll probably defend in left back here as Anzani serves. Where does Tony Udi go here? Reno, wow. What a gutsy set by Benjamin Tony Udi. Where did this ball go in relation to the block? Wow, it pinballed right through the arms of Robert Landy Simone. Hit his arms, I think, a total of 3 times. Marchisio came into the inside of court, but unable to make the reaction. That's a pretty crazy play. And now another match point. Ace serve! Zaksa goes crazy. Łukasz Kaczmarek is the hero. The jump service ace, beating Osmani Juantorena down the line. I don't know, there might be a last chance desperation challenge here by Lube, but Zaksa is celebrating. Łukasz Kaczmarek, the opposite for Zaksa, catapults them into the semifinals and sends the reigning champions home on an ace in golden set point. 16-14. You have got to be kidding. Wow, look at that again. Just a little bit too far in front of Juantorena and off the right side of his right wrist. Just a little bit of a shank. Juantorena can't believe it. And Zaksa advances to the next stage of this tournament. Incredible stuff. And whatever challenge may have been called was resolved pretty quickly. Must have been a footfall challenge. Nothing wrong with that serve from Kaczmarek. Wow, yeah, the celebration continues. Guys, could you imagine if there were fans there? If this was a normal year and there were fans in the stadium here in Poland, they would have gone absolutely crazy for that play. It would have been an all-time great volleyball scene in what was already a phenomenal series between these two teams. Wow, this golden set delivered. It delivered. It's exactly the drama that we expected and that we wanted out of the golden set. Zaksa advances to the semifinals where they will play Zenit Kazan, of course, a mainstay in this stage of this tournament. And you never know, guys, across the 2 semifinals, both men's and women's, we could have more golden sets to review in the next couple weeks. Wow, what a matchup. That was awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in, checking out this kind of new video format here we're doing on the CEV YouTube channel. I'm Rob St. Clair once again. If you like what you see, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you want to see next, what volleyball you want me to review. And if you're not planning on already, tune into the European Volleyball Show every Friday at 5 p.m. Central European Time, 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. We will see you guys then.